Who is Ibrahim Traoré? Is he a revolutionary hero, forging a new path for Africa, or a military leader taking his country down a dangerous road? Since taking power in Burkina Faso in 2022, this young captain has become one of the most talked about leaders on the continent. Today, we're cutting through the headlines to understand the man, his mission, and the future he envisions for the state. In less than 2 years, Traoré's government has made moves that have sent shockwaves far beyond its borders. One of the biggest, taking back control of the country's most valuable resource, gold. For decades, Burkina Faso's vast gold reserves were mined by foreign companies. With most of the raw material land, the profit shipped abroad. Traoré's administration is flipping the script. They've moved to nationalize mines and have mandated that gold must be refined within the country before export. The goal is simple but revolutionary: to capture the true value of their own wealth and use it to build the nation from the ground up. This isn't just about money, it's a powerful statement of economic sovereignty. But the changes don't stop there. Perhaps the most visible shift has been the decisive pivot away from its former colonial power, France. French troops, who were in the country for years as part of a counter-terrorism mission, were asked to leave. This was a bold rejection of foreign military presence and a clear signal that Burkina Faso intends to handle its own security. This newfound assertiveness extends to diplomacy and media. Traoré has been openly critical of what he calls neo-colonial relationships, challenging the narratives pushed by some Western media outlets and questioning the effectiveness and motives behind traditional foreign aid. He argues that true partnership must be built on respect and mutual benefit, not dependency. So, if you're pushing foreign influence out, what do you build in its place? For Traoré, the answer is local industry and philosophy. It's a philosophy he calls producing what we consume and consuming what we produce. We're seeing this vision take shape in tangible ways. New factories are being built to process local produce, like turning Burkina Faso's tomatoes into paste right here at home. Instead of exporting them raw and importing the finished product. The cotton industry is also being revitalized with new mills. The government is investing heavily in agriculture, distributing improved seeds and modern farming equipment to boost food production and ensure the nation can feed itself. These aren't just economic policies, they are the building blocks of genuine independence, designed to create jobs and strengthen the national economy from within. This revolution is also cultural. It's about shedding the last visible remnants of the colonial era and reclaiming a proud Burkinabe identity. In a move that grabbed international attention, the government banned the use of colonial-style wigs and robes in the judicial system. It's a symbolic act, but a powerful one. The message is clear. Our justice system should reflect our culture, not that of our former colonizers. Beyond the courtroom, there's a push to promote local languages in education and public life, change colonial street names, and encourage the wearing of traditional attire like the famous Faso Dan Fani woven cloth. It's a deep cultural reclamation project aimed at restoring national pride and decolonizing minds. Of course, this path is not without immense challenges. The most urgent is security. Burkina Faso is still battling a violent insurgency in large parts of the country. This fight consumes a huge amount of resources and has created a dire humanitarian situation. Traoré's government has been criticized by some international organizations for alleged human rights abuses in its counter-terrorism operations. Navigating these accusations while maintaining security is a difficult balancing act. Furthermore, asserting sovereignty means carefully managing international relationships. How do you reject old dependencies without becoming isolated or falling into new ones? It's a diplomatic tightrope walk, and the whole world is watching. So, what does the future hold for Burkina Faso and the wider Sahel region under this new leadership? The vision is one of ever-strengthening economic independence. Imagine a future where Burkina Faso not only processes its own gold and cotton, but also builds its own tractors and smartphones. This ambition is shared with its neighbors, Mali and Niger, who have formed the Alliance of Sahel States. This political and military pact could evolve into a powerful economic bloc, creating a regional market and shared infrastructure. The goal is complete domestic ownership of resources and value chains, from the farm to the factory to the global market. Alongside this economic transformation, we can expect a deeper cultural renaissance as the nation continues to rediscover and celebrate its pre-colonial heritage. The ultimate outcome will depend on stability, but the trajectory is set towards a fundamentally new model of African sovereignty. The story of Ibrahim Traoré and Burkina Faso is a compelling real-time experiment in nation-building and decolonization in the 21st century. It's a bold attempt to break from the past and forge a future defined by self-reliance, sovereignty, and Pan-African solidarity. It's a complex and unfolding narrative with high stakes, not just for Burkina Faso, but for the entire continent. What are your thoughts on this new direction? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration of the forces shaping our world. See you next time.